In terms of budget, we're still looking to keep it at 160, and that's to get it in the can, and then we'd be raising 200 for post-production, and we'd probably look to do that afterwards. So we're still kind of muddling through a couple of budget options, but the number one option right now is aiming for that 160. I think that we have been in this office now for probably about 3 months putting this together, and I think we need to start working with other people. I think, you know, it's like we've got it all in our heads, and that's not good now. It needs to be out there with everybody else. Otherwise, yeah, we won't be able to, we won't create the team that we need. So yeah, but I've got a few phone calls to make today, just with crew, catching up with them and checking that they're okay now on the reduced budget level. So it's really fun phone calls to make. But most people are doing it, hopefully, because it's a great project, not because of the money.
My experience is a lot of crews will, even if you say, look, we need you to think about it, we can't start paying you till next week,
Yeah.
but let's really sit down and work through, they're much prepared to give you that time for free, because ultimately it helps them in that decision-making process.
So one of the biggest heads of department, the production designer, is the one that is taking the longest to figure out, which is really frustrating, but we're holding out for an amazing one. My job is how to find the right pace for the film. That's it. It's when do you stop and just observe, and when do you get it in,
Yes,
and
exactly.
when do you let the actors go, and when do you just sort of compensate and dance with them, and when do you just peek through
The confidence of Rain slightly comes from the fact that she hasn't or doesn't normally work at the development stage, you know, so she's not phased. She just goes into production when it's fully financed, so she's probably maybe not so aware of the fact that it's, you know, these are precarious times for us. Rain is a force of nature, and once you start her off, you just can't stop her, and that's great for us, you know, for Liz and I, and I think it helped focus us yesterday actually, as well.
Fairy tale could be almost look the same as reality, because do you know what I mean? It's almost more real than a memory, something like that.
No, it's all good. I mean, the girls are really clear about what they want. They've thought it through amazingly. A lot better than most pictures I've worked on before. They've actually thought a hell of a lot about what they want, which is great. In some ways, it's kind of like, oh, we've taken my design away from it. But they haven't totally. They're just giving me some guidelines, so it's all right. I think this close to this shoot anyway, I need some guidelines. Don't know how much money I've got to play with, that's the only thing. So it's all hypothetical, everything is hypothetical. I know what I've got to do, but I don't know how much money I've got to achieve it. It's really impossible to design it without knowing what your budget is, so I'll just try not to think about that too much and just try and get on with costing it, and then see if they can afford that cost or not. That's all I can do, really.
I think Damien gets it now. We had to have a good chat with him, and he's incredibly amenable. We're handing out credit cards and we're getting receipts for everything, and it's kind of, everything can be returned at this stage. To be having conversation schedule has changed as well, because we still haven't got that last bit of money. It looks like we might be getting it, so we're still going full steam ahead, but we're trying not to spend too much money this week, and once we know exactly what we've got, we can start spending money on Monday. So everyone's on board, but no one's actually spending any money. It's all just about meetings and communicating ideas and, penciling and budgeting, what needs to happen.